And here on the panel, if y'all would each stand too, Lonnie Gilbert from Marianna, Florida, Garrett Dixon from Salem, Alabama, Will Krause from Unadilla, Georgia, and Doug Gerald from Estill, South Carolina. All these guys have given time away from their farms and their jobs to get some more leadership skills and be potential leaders in the industry, so let's give them a round of applause for the time they're putting in. As we begin the session, you all as the audience will also be able to get on the action. As you can see, you each have clickers. Dr. Monfort will be asking us questions to gauge farmers' attitudes on the current state of agriculture. And without any further ado, I'd like to welcome Dr. Scott Monfort.
All right, we're going to take a minute here, and again, thanks for the invite to do this. We've done this before, where we're trying to gauge the growers' thoughts. I do this a lot in my grower meetings. I would say the grower panel that we have here, I'm glad that we got kind of a dissection of the peanut growing area, but I know their first question was, what do you want me to do? Because nobody likes to answer questions, and that's why the clickers are here. But we do expect to get some feedback. Now, we're going to try to move through this as quick as possible. I know there's a lot of questions here, but again, there's some of these that really matter from the industry perspective, the growers and that kind of thing. So try to participate. Again, I don't know who's answering what. There we go. All right, so that's kind of the way this is going to go. All right, you may have to help me. Just hit the button. Just don't go through them too quick. All right, so that's kind of the way we do this. So you can see the answers that you're giving. And it just gives you an idea, Alabama, Georgia, but we got quite a few from other states. All right, let's go to the next. All right, are you a grower? Or are you from a university, or are you from industry? All right, there we go. 50% of the 80 some odd, that the 86, we're 50% of them growers. That's good. But we also, like I said, we want to get industry part of this. All right, go to the next. Everybody gonna love this one. How old are you? What age range are you in? There we go. Hey, that shows us we got a good group here. That's awesome. Awesome. All right, we're fixing to get into the meat of it now. Again, if you just, as we move through, we're going to stop on a couple of them and talk about them, but as we go through. Now, Don and them wanted to know from your perspective how much fun you're having. You know, which location would you like us to be in the future? Got quite a few there to choose from, and I know, you know, they've tried to move it around a little bit. Good gracious, we got a mix. No clear-cut thing there, so all right, next. All right, so the other part of this, what about timing of this conference? You know, we've always had it in July. What do you think? March, July, November, or some other time? Y'all want to have around Christmas? How about that? There we go. So we're still right here. This is a great month to have it. If you're going to be at the beach, why not be hot, right? All right. Now, so this is where I've got a couple of these questions where they're a little bit more pointed. Now, this one, you can click on more than one on this one. All right. What is your preferred method of assessing data or information? Now, the first thing you pick is the most important, but you can pick more than one. You can do that. You can pick one. You can pick more than one. It's going to make this a little bit more interesting as we go through. Why do we ask this? We are finding out as university folks that people don't like to read. And so we're trying to find better ways to get information out. And so this is one of the things that will help us, but the Peanut Commission, I think, and of all the states are kind of interested in the same thing. All right, go ahead. So good. That's good to know. All right. Now, again, I'm going to ask some questions. Again, grower panel, you can kind of chime in on this, but what motivates you to reach a management practice decision? There are a lot of things there. Research results, financial budgets, market trends, weather forecasts, pest alert, best management practice, or the one we like is all of what my neighbor does. You know, he did it, so it's got to be the right way, or, you know. Y'all have problems making management decisions? No? Y'all gonna be quiet. This is just the way it's gonna be. It's y'all gonna be quiet. All right, go ahead. Good deal. So, I mean, a lot of this, there's not just one way to answer this, and it's again just for us collecting information. All right, go ahead. All right, now everybody that is here, I know everybody is stressed. Every time I get up in the morning time, I'm stressed because I worry about things that's going on. I was teetering whether or not I wanted to put this in here, but it is good to understand where everybody's at. And I don't expect everybody to jump up and say this, but has stress caused you to be reserved about continuing to farm or be in business? I mean that's an honest question. And that's something that a lot of us probably won't talk about. But it's something that I know the University of Georgia and some of the other universities are trying to at least get people to realize that there are other avenues out there, or other ways that we can help get the stress alleviated to some degree. All right, go ahead. So yeah, I mean we're stressed. I'm stressed, and I don't have to worry about what I do at the university. I get a paycheck, and I know some of the growers. I mean things are tough. So just know that we're thinking about you in all different kind of ways. All right, go ahead. So why do I say this? I just, again, wanted to reiterate the fact that the universities, I think in every state, are trying to let everybody know that there are some stress management things that you can do. They're just trying to get information out there. Whether it's going with a fellow farmer or business person and drink a beer and calm down and talk about things, we got to do something. And that's the point of this. Just don't let things slip by without trying to talk to somebody. All right, go ahead. All right. Another interesting. Are you the last of your generation on your farm? You do not have anybody else that's going to fill your shoes. This could be the same way with industry too, but it's a little bit easier on industry because we got people moving in and out. But at your farm, how about you guys? Y'all are young. You have people coming behind you already? Hope so, yes, sir. Hope so. That's the way we all hope so. All right, go ahead. We're getting a few more. There we go. Go ahead. So we do have 31% of those growers that don't have anybody coming behind. And I don't think I put the next question in here, but have you ever thought about mentoring somebody outside of the family to be that next person also? Because I hate to tell you, there is no possible way for a young individual to get into growing unless you're part of a family. It's hard. It is hard to do that, but we need some help down the road, so maybe something to think about. All right, go ahead. Now, y'all saw this, or at least the industry has, and growers have. We talked about it. If you look at the red line column there, you see that, we're pushing a tremendous amount of acres in peanuts. We're doing it because we need to survive this year. We have elevated that. Go to the next. My question, what percent of the acres are in a 1 year out or a continuous peanut rotation right this minute? How many of your acres in that very, very short rotation? And if you're an industry guy that deals with growers that may not be here, you can answer also. It's part of us just finding out information. We're trying to figure out where we're at. I'd say in Georgia, we got a tremendous amount that are narrowing up that rotation of that 938,000. All right. That's pretty good to see just that one, less than 10%. We got a little smattering of that. So that's good to see. All right, Dick. Can we sustain the current peanut production acres that we have right now? That can come from everybody, so please put the number in it. Something that worries all of us, I think. We need to make a crop, but what are we looking at with this crop or with the situation that we're in right now? Of the group here on the panel, how many of you guys are elevated right now? I mean, you got 10% of your acres up, or you're kind of staying the same from what you did 2 years ago or 1 year ago? Same? Okay. Is there any way to turn them? Yeah, hit the little button. There should be a little, there you go, turn it on, there you go. All right, so again, most would agree, no, we can't do this. Go to the next question. All right, this is where we start just gathering more information. Other than corn or cotton, what other rotational crops do you think we can get away with here? Or what would be interest if we had a place to take them? I'll put it that way. If we had a market for it, what other crop could you grow that you have grown in the past that you would like to see come back around? You can do more than one, I think, in this one, I believe. Because, I mean, we're trying. I mean, as the commissions, universities trying to figure out, all right, and I know a lot of studies have gone to the new crops, you know, sesame or canola or whatever it might be, but we've got crops that we know we can grow. We just got to figure out where to go. All right, there we go. So good to see. All right, next. Do we need to consider non-edible markets to improve quantity and price? In other words, do we need to put research dollars to trying to figure out where can we put peanuts other than an edible market? And that's something I think, but Don, we're talking what, the chicken market potentially or fuel, but there may be other markets out there, you know, trying to figure out, you know, because a lot of our research dollars come from where? You growers. So we want to make sure we're good stewards of that, and I know the commissions try to do that. All right, go ahead. So yes, and we've got to find these new markets to try to help us out a little bit.